Hey group. Um, so this week we talked about Stephen Connor in that Harvard case. Um, oh yeah, and the interview process about who he was going to hire, and that his star employee just suddenly left. Um, and so the first question is, whom should Stephen Connor hire and why? So I kind of went through and talked about first off, I was most excited about Gerald. Um that was the lady who called up later. It wasn't through his recruiter, and she said, "Hey, I know this guy, Gerald. Do you need him? He's super good at like checking the stocks as an analyst." And but some of the red flags was like he showed up 15 minutes late. He was rude in working with management. He wasn't a good team leader. He fired one of his junior analysts on the spot when they were meeting with a client. He asked about salary. He's very selfish, seemed full of himself. And I was overall not impressed. He definitely had an ego. And I guess that's might be involved with the star employee. But I didn't think that that kind of fit the culture of RSH. Um, the next candidate, his name was David Hughes. He was the older guy. Um, I thought he was qualified. He had kind of a weird story when he was on vacation, and he didn't really feel like he needed to. Like there was a big issue with one of his profiles. He just like let his junior analyst take care of it. So he's older. Like he doesn't have that drive, and he's not going to be there for probably more than 10 years. And they were looking for someone to keep for a while and grow within their company. Um, and but he was better, definitely better than Gerald, but uh, still didn't really. He seemed like okay, not great. Lastly, the it wasn't the last interviewee, but the last one I talked about was Sonia, and I thought she was excellent. You know, she was there, she was waiting, she was on time. Um, she was young. She was not didn't really have to give that entitlement feeling, and she definitely had a high ceiling. Um, she showed that she was on her phone as he was walking up, and she hung up to then introduce herself to talk to him. Um, I like the questions that she asked during the interview. She asked about how like the culture of the company. She asked about what um, what else did she ask about? She asked about the culture. She asked about the type of the work that she would be doing. If she could speak with another female employee. So it seemed like her questions were very well thought out, and like she was actually very interested in the company and the position, less so much about, oh, I just need a job. Is this what I want? But more about them. Uh, so the next question says, imagine yourself in the place of each of these candidates. What strengths would you bring to light during the interview with Stephen? How would you distinguish yourself from the other candidates? Um, I would ask Stephen about why he's chosen to be there. What has what has kept him there? What has he enjoyed? Ask him about the culture. I would try to form my interview similar to Sonia, and I would talk about strengths that I have, such as leadership, problem solving, and then being able to adapt to the workplace and culture. Um, and also someone who um, I always search for opportunities of growth, and I'm driven. Like I really feel personally driven um, by succeeding and by like measuring success. Um, I asked about culture, and mentorship is very important to me as well, and the possibilities of growing within RSH if this is a place where I could stay for a while, and additional training that I could receive. What I said evaluate the selection of the hiring process at RSH and what changes would I recommend. I wouldn't really recommend too many changes. I thought I enjoyed how Stephen went through the process. I didn't really enjoy the recruiter. I thought it was a good place to start, but considering their culture and how he knew a lot of people originally, I think he just should have contacted the people that he knew and then branched from there, or maybe talked more with the employees and found someone that they knew who would work well with them instead of bringing out like a complete outsider. Um, yeah, I enjoyed how he interviewed, and I thought that he was very thorough. I like how he did the background check on them as well. So, all right, group, thank you. Bye bye.